What's up? Grace and peace. Excuse me. Welcome to Grow the Heck Up. Race, religion, music, culture, health, community, hip hop, and the Bible. Happy Woke Thanksgiving. Happy Woke Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrated Woke Thanksgiving. Happy Regular Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrated Regular Thanksgiving. And happy Wednesday to those of you who don't celebrate at all. So I just finished my radio show. And last week I didn't go live because I wanted to keep my word, but I had problems with the webcam. I think I figured it out because even today when I started, I had problems with the webcam, so I had to restart and everything. So last week I wasn't able to miss the deadline, so I just went live on Instagram. So I don't want you to think I forgot about saying I was going to go live. Excuse me. I had a decent Thanksgiving. I went to hang out with my in-laws down here, and it was pretty cool. So I've been on TikTok recently. I've been on TikTok for the past 3-4 days, very heavy, studying the platform, figuring out what's going on over there. Some very, very interesting conclusions I'm coming to. So I'm on TikTok, and it really is like, and if you're watching, let me know where you're checking in from. So there's like a bunch of like white suburban folks on there doing the most. Let's just say that. A lot of ratchet conversations, a lot of ratchet music, and the worst of Black culture is being acted out and performed karaoke style by white suburban folks. And it's just very interesting to see. Man, and some of the content, the kids are actually performing it with their parents. So that's a little bit weird too. You know, I don't know who can call it. So what's going on in the world? I didn't have anything particular to talk about. Tonight on the radio, I talked about, and if you don't know, I'm on the radio, 104.5 FM, I Hope Radio. And I might be getting a daily show, but the time might not work out. So I might be relegated to Sundays for the time being. But it's been a great experience so far. Participated in the I Hope Radio Steve Harvey Morning Show Turkey giveaway. That was pretty cool. Had the kids with us, put the kids to work. But yeah, man, so interesting stuff on TikTok. So follow Grow the Heck Up on TikTok if you're on TikTok. I'm not totally sure how we're going to use the platform yet, but it's definitely a place that I want to carve out some space and secure some real estate. What else? I talked about gun control on the radio tonight, talked about why I don't believe that gun control as it's being proposed is the answer. You know, I've adopted the Madge Torre phrase, all gun control is racist. The first laws about carrying guns, the first gun control laws, first laws for gun restriction on the record were to prohibit Black people from carrying guns. And sure, just like Planned Parenthood, things that start one way, people say they morph into other things, but the root of gun control was in racism. Talked a little bit about why I love the language of the Constitution and how the language of the Constitution is negative when it comes to rights. It says the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't say here, as the government, we are giving you permission to protect yourself. The language of the Constitution presumes and assumes that you have the right to protect yourself and bear arms, and that the government is not allowed to stop you from doing so. So yeah, as you guys know, I talk about all the time. I love living in a city where I get to carry my gun. I don't have to worry about it. Got a concealed carry license. And yeah, it's just an extra layer of security. You know, we don't win battles by horses and chariots. We trust in the Lord. But that doesn't mean we don't use horses and chariots. And so what else? Talked about finishing the year strong. It's 2019, man. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions personally. I'm just more inclined to try to make resolutions every day. I think trying to play double dutch with December 31st, like, okay, well, you know, here we go. Because what happens? The 6th of January rolls around, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. You feel like a failure. You got the gym membership. You didn't do anything. You're not working out. You're not changing eating habits. You're not, you know. And so I just think it's best to cultivate a lifestyle of resolution, daily resolutions, daily goals, and take an inventory when you look back, man. You know, look back, take an inventory of where you went wrong. And that's a painful psychological experience for some of us. It's very hard to fail daily. It's much more easier to quit, much more easier on your ego, much more easier psychologically to give yourself a reason to quit. And then you don't have to deal with the pain of failure and the pain of your weakness. That's that snowflake-ish. We don't do that kind of stuff. I face my failure every day. And that's not a, cute little saying. I really feel like the bar that I've set for my life, I'm failing it every day. It's tedious, it's tiring, it's difficult, but it's the only way to progress. If you don't keep practicing that problem, then it won't get solved. A lot of things aren't magically going to leave. And I used to always, my relationship with God, it's weird. My relationship with God feels so much stronger, even though there's less dependence in a different way. There are a lot of things I was taught to depend on God for that God was calling me to take control over, right? And cultivate in my own life and my own character. Things that I thought I needed God's help for. And times that God intervened, but even those things that sometimes God has intervened on my behalf and helped me with, he's now calling me to do for myself. Just like babies, we feed them. We don't expect babies to feed themselves. But after a while, we raise the expectation as they grow and as they learn. And that's what my relationship with God has been like personally. The Lord has just challenged me to take responsibility for my actions, to optimize what it is he gave me. He gave me a mind. He gave me a body. He gave me the ability to think, to change, to grow, to learn, to seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And it's difficult. So I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're looking to do this year. I don't know what goals you have. I don't even know if you're setting goals for yourself. I don't know where your bar or your standard is for the life you want to live in 2020, but I'm here to tell you to go for it. And I'm here to tell you it's supposed to be painful. Most people are complacent. Most people want a better life, but most people are way too content in mediocrity. And most people are way too prideful, self-righteous. Nobody wants to face the fact that you suck. Because when you start trying to level up, that's what you're going to hear and see about yourself. You're going to hear and see that you suck. You're not as good as you thought. You're not as strong as you thought. You're not as tough as you thought, but you can be. You can be everything that you pretend that you are to other people. So especially for men out here, I challenge you to stop living vicariously through sports figures. Those wins are not your wins. You understand? When your favorite player goes to the Super Bowl, I know you're excited. I know you're rejoicing, but you need your own Super Bowl. You need your own victories. You need your own championship. You need your own rings. And it can be very unhealthy to live your life through virtual victories of other people playing video games. And, sports is cool. It's great. I think there's healthy competition. And, there's nothing wrong with watching sports or entertainment. But, like I said, there are people out here who can tell you what Michael Jordan's body temperature when he played in the playoffs with the flu. They know this man's body temperature. The temperature of the sweat dripping off Michael Jordan's body when he played with the flu, but they can't tell you their credit score. That's a choice. That's a difficulty you're going to have to face for yourself. So whether or not you want to increase your financial literacy, whether or not you want to learn a skill, start a business, cultivate different habits, kill some old habits, you're going to have to pay that price. And it's a hard price to pay, difficult price to pay. The fruit of an undisciplined life is always rotten. The fruit of an undisciplined life is always rotten. It's never any good. So I just encourage you to finish the year strong. Trust the Lord, allow God to have his way. And going into 2020, a lot of people are probably going to tell you they're cutting people off. And, sometimes you got to cut people off. Nothing wrong with that. But I advise you to cut them off today if it's that serious. Don't wait till 2020. And some of you are the people who other people need to cut off. Let's keep that real. Some people watching me might not bring any type of value or good to the relationships that they're in. So, you forget that there are people on the other side of that. Everybody watches the movie and wants to be the hero, but some of you guys are the villain. There are areas of our life where we all play the villain. We all play the bad influence sometimes, someplace. So be accountable to that and be honest with yourself. Work to add value to every place you find yourself, whether it's your job, your relationships, your church, your ministry. And it's important. Level up for 2020. Level up for 2020. So talked about the fact that there, when I was on the radio tonight, I talked about the fact that there are supposedly 40,000 gun deaths in America per year. And it's true, there are 40,000 gun deaths, but 29,000 of those are suicides. That's a big number. And then you count the amount of people, accidental discharge, really only like 8,000 plus people are murdered. Even, police shootings account for some of that. A lot of that, criminals who were trying to shoot police or trying to shoot or harm police or other people. And so the number's nowhere near 40,000 when it comes to murder. And we have the most guns. So they say we have the most murders because we have the most guns. Well, if most of the gun deaths are results of suicide by gun, and we have the most guns. Why don't we have the most suicides? We're not even close to leading the country, leading the world in suicides. I think we're like 20th or something like that. So interesting stuff. But yeah, definitely pro Second Amendment. We went to the range a couple times, a couple of days ago. I wish I could have made it today. I probably end up going sometime before the week is over. If you live in a state that allows you to have a gun, you need to get you one and get as many as you can and stack your money, weapons, and non-perishable food. I'm not a fear monger. The Lord provides, but God calls us to be wise as well. So, yeah, it's pretty much it. Not much more to say. I just wanted to keep my promise to go live. And of course, I have different amounts of followings on different platforms, still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do on what. Oh, one thing that I definitely need to tell you guys about, and hopefully we'll be able to broadcast this live, is we have a new podcast called Right Hook, Left Jaw with me, a young lady by the name of Miss Jordan, and Who's Meech. And it's going to be great. We filmed we did the first podcast, and hopefully we'll be able to drop that this week. And I think people are going to thoroughly enjoy it. It's a political podcast from a Christian perspective. It's called Right Hook, Left Jaw, brought to you by Grow the Heck Up. Of course, the brand is still Grow the Heck Up. Hopefully you guys find that interesting, and it allows for some great discussion and some great commentary also. What else? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but that's a bit of what I talked about on the radio this evening. And yeah, that's it. Fight the good fight. Make sure you read and pray every day. So, what gun range do you go to? I go to a gun range that's in my neighborhood. Well, it's not really in my neighborhood, but the closest one. No, actually, there's a lot of gun ranges in Houston. But I go to a range called Shoot Point Blank. Great atmosphere, great environment. It's a gun range. They also sell guns, but it's like a Walmart. Like, you know, the way the service they provide. And it was founded because when I read up on it before we joined, the founder said that when he wanted to learn about guns, he said it was just a very unpleasant experience. And, you know, a lot of them was very dark, and, you know, they kind of treated newbies with kind of a standoffish attitude. So he thought it would be a great idea to cultivate an atmosphere for people to learn about firearms and shooting, but friendly like Walmart and Best Buy. And that's definitely what they've been. I bring our 8-year-old there a lot. He loves to go to the range all the time, and it's a great experience. Amaya Bell Sapp, you mentioned teaching at your church for the first time recently. How did things go? It was pretty cool. It was pretty light. Oh, yeah, you did see me say that on another platform, I guess. So, yeah, I taught Sunday school. I've been on a list for a while. And then the first time I was supposed to 2-3 weeks ago, I was out of town with Bizzle in LA at the Revolt Summit. And so I wasn't able to, had to cancel. And so, yeah, taught for the first time at church. It was 5th and 6th grade. And we talked about asking God for help, you know, and I talked to them a little bit about, you know, just wanting them to consider things they might need God for that their parents might not be able to help them with. Asked them what some of those things were. They, you know, listed everything from bullying to problems with principals when they're treated, when they feel like they're being treated unfairly and those kind of things. And so, yeah, it was good. Pretty good experience. I look forward to continuing to contribute however I can. So that was cool. Like I said, it was pretty light, but I take it very seriously because, you know, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Whitney Houston. Yeah, but other than that, what else is going on? Nothing. I might have a show every day, but the time may not work out. So there's an opportunity to fill a slot on the radio that could put me on the radio every weekday. But if it doesn't mix with my schedule, then I just won't be able to do it. So, but we'll see. We'll see how God carves it out. And of course, I'm still doing real estate, still a real estate agent, still in this investment group, trying to get it popping and build my real estate business as well. Oh, and of course, how could I forget? Best deodorant I've ever used in my life. No capping. And we sell this on allchristianeverything.com. And this is a freshie. Oh my goodness, you can't imagine how good this smells. So serious. Doesn't stain my clothes. All natural ingredients. Holy Goods & Co. Coconut lime deodorant with activated charcoal. Never had a problem with perspiration using this. Doesn't stain your clothes. Smells incredible. definitely keeps you fresh. This is actually what we use. So we don't just buy it to sell it to you. This is the deodorant we use, allchristianeverything.com. It's a Christian company, Holy Goods & Co. They also have a great sugar scrub. They also have a toothpaste. We use the toothpaste as well. And so, yeah, check out allchristianeverything.com so you guys can support by buying some merch. Afro Zephyr said, permanently, that's a commitment. Yeah, permanently. I may be on the radio 5 days a week permanently, but that's only if the time works out. I'm not like pressing for it or anything like that. It all depends on how the Lord sets it up. So we'll see. Voss, this is your boy Faith from Amarillo, Texas. What's good with you, Doc? Hey, what's up, brother Faith? What's going on? I remember you, man. Good to hear from you. Good to see you up on here. I'm chilling, brother. I'm chilling, brother. I made a commitment to go live on Sunday evenings, and so I'm just fulfilling my commitment. Had to show up to say what's up to the people, no matter how few or how many. If you guys got any questions before we go, it can, be on anything: race, religion, music, culture, health, community, hip hop, or the Bible. Let me know. But yeah, I love this stuff. AllChristianEverything.com. Get you some. It's the only deodorant we use. Wait, you said you're starting a real estate investment group? Afro Zephyr, every time I bring that up, you ask me, bro. I told you. It's investment opportunities down here, like real ones, bro. We just did a field trip the other day. Bro. Check it. Real deal, bro. We take people down in Fifth Ward, show them the investment opportunities. And the leader of the group, my mentor and business partner, he's the guy I told you. He's in the real estate group that we have on Telegram. So we're definitely investing together and all that kind of stuff. And he bought 12 properties in Houston in the last 2.5 years, income producing properties as well. So he knows the game and he knows the area. You're not going to find anyone that knows Fifth Ward better than him. And he knows where it's about to happen at. And he's very transparent. When you come on a real estate field trip with us, you're going to know what he paid for it, what the PITI is, what he pays in taxes, insurance, what the mortgage is, what he's clearing in cash flow, what he's renting it for. He's very transparent with the whole process. So if you're ever interested in investing in Houston, take a trip down here, see what's popping. The opportunities are very real. Very real. Mario Walker said, what do people mean by woke these days? Well, I think the term woke, is meant to communicate that they are aware to issues of social justice and white supremacy, that they are not blind by the tactics that they believe society uses to hold back and trap people of color. That's what I take woke to mean. Politically and socially conscious of what's going on concerning the struggles that face people of color and willing to speak out about it, right? Like woke, awake, well, they call it woke. I say I'm awake. But a lot of the ideology coming from those that say they are woke, I just find to be trash a lot of times, but that's just me. Do you have to live in Houston to check this out? Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not. We practice long distance real estate investing, how to buy, rehab, and manage out-of-state rental properties. You don't have to live in Houston. You don't even have to live in Texas. Yeah, we can help you purchase it. We can manage it for you for a small fee. Make sure that you're clearing the cash flow. Make sure your rent is collected and the lawn is cut. Make sure maintenance is happening and all of that. So if you're really interested in investment opportunities in Houston, make sure you hit me up. It's very serious. I'm going to show you a picture, Afro Zephyr. Serious business, too. What else? What do you think the percentage of the black vote for Trump will be? I was never Trump last election. I don't know, but the polls are saying that black people are in favor of Trump at 34%. So Trump didn't need the black vote to win. So even if you take away 15 points, and that is like 20 or 19% approval, it's looking like it's going to be Trump 2020 unless something drastic happens. And then here's the thing. People don't really respect the quality of candidates out here. People, just like a lot of people voted for Trump initially saying, I didn't want to vote. A vote for Trump was a vote against Hillary. I think in this election, you're going to see a lot of the same thing. Like, hey, man, he's not my favorite person, but man, I can't get with Kamala. I can't get with Kamala. I can't get with Biden sniffing and scratching everybody. I can't get with Warren. So we'll see how it happens. But black support for Trump is definitely on the rise. And I don't think it's fake. I think it's very real. Very real. So What else? Is the cost of living in Texas as high as the East Coast? No way. The cost of living in Texas is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Where are these pictures? Okay, I got to use my other phone. That was my trap phone. We trying to work something out. Oh, yeah. I feel you. I kind of know what you mean, even though you didn't complete your sentence, Afro Zephyr. What else we have here? Captain OG, you've been on a roll, bro. Keep dropping that knowledge. Hey, I'm trying, brother. Just opening up discussion. Oh, yeah. No doubt. I know about, I know what you got going on. Just hit me up. I'm here. Let me check my camera roll. So we just had a real estate field trip. Here we go. Yep. So our most recent real estate field trip. You see me and the missus and the youngin on the side. Yeah, man, this was our most recent field trip a week ago. So we take people through Houston, show the properties that have been purchased, the land lots. Some have been purchased and resold already. Some are new developments. Some are new builds. Some are rehabs. Some are buy and flips, land lots and different things like that. And we just make people apprised of the opportunities that are here in Houston. Texas is like one of the cheapest states to live. I love living in Texas, man. I love living in Texas. Texas is my home. And I love living in Texas more than quite a few people who actually are native to Texas. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe they don't realize in some instance, or maybe we don't appreciate the same things. That, you know what, it's interesting. Let's talk about this for a minute. I'm very, very surprised at the overwhelming amount of black men I meet down here that don't shoot or carry guns. I'm very surprised. And some of them are people who seem to be very aware of racial tension and what's going on. I don't understand why they wouldn't equip themselves, man. Maybe I'm just speaking generally. I'm just guessing. I don't know this to be true, but maybe it's because a lot of us were raised by women, and that more gentle and reserved nature. We haven't been raised with that, protective nature. But yeah, I meet a lot of black men down here who don't shoot and don't carry and don't own guns or any of that. I'm always surprised. Yeah. So, yeah, but me, we stay with it. So yeah, I love living here. Great place to be. There's a saying that goes, I'm not from Texas, but I got here as fast as I could. That definitely applies to me. Yeah, Texans are usually known for having their state pride. Oh yeah, Texans are very they don't play about their state. They don't play about their sports teams. Don't mess with Texas. Yep, and I love it. I appreciate the culture of Texas so much. Also I meet a lot of people down here who really have. I feel like I'm more likely to meet a black patriot here than I would be anywhere else, or at least more than New York. I meet families who have a tremendous amount of respect for the military. I'm just not used to that kind of thing. So, where I live has affected how I see the world as well. They talk about when you get out of your bubble. It's so interesting. I'm more out of my bubble than ever. I've always had diverse friendships, especially doing what I do publicly. I meet and know a lot of people. I've traveled the country, been to a couple of different places in the world, not many at all. And so, I've always tried to hold my ideas with an open hand. But I'm out of my bubble more than I ever have been in life. And now people are telling me I'm in a bubble. What can you do? So, yeah. Any more before we get up out of here? Any more questions about life, God, the Bible, or religion? Andrew said, man, bro, that last time I spoke with you, I was in some trials and tribulations. Since then, I got remarried and got an almost 2-year-old son with another on the way, back in college for CIT. Praise God, good brother. Praise God, good brother. Yes, Houston is very racially diverse. We're the 4th largest city in the country, and it's very diverse. There's an incredible amount of people moving here every single day, and we don't have any income tax. Let's see. Your Periscope earlier got me rethinking the view I was holding on President Trump. Great scope. Well, amen, brother. I'm not a Trump apologist. I'm just accounting for it the way I account for anything else. You know what I mean? When something happened and I believe it's racist, it's like, hey, well, here's why I think this is racist. When I disagree, why something is not racist, I say, well, here's what I think. I just try to lay it out, brother. I know we all have to make our decision and obey our conscience for ourselves. Our consciences for ourselves. Texas is the greatest. My wife is from Brooklyn, and they don't compare at all. Texas is the best. Texas is the best state in the union, even though they don't have constitutional carry. I would not be surprised if Texas went back to constitutional carry. But also, I know we've had a mass shooting or two here in the last year or two, and so that might make it a little bit more unlikely. But yeah, I hope they get back to constitutional carry here. What's the primary thing you are learning and have learned as a step parent? Well, my whole life I've kind of been a step parent. This is my second time being married. My oldest daughter was not my biological daughter. So the first time I got married, I came into it and was a father to a child that I did not produce before I had a natural child. So, that's not a new rodeo for me. So, I mean, there's plenty of things I could tell you, plenty of things I'm still learning all the time, bro. All the time. Glad to see you on the grind still, fam. Not saying you never quit grinding, of course. No, man, respect. I get it. The late Mexican singer Selena is a Houstonian. Oh, she's from Houston? Yeah, I think I knew that. Because it's not just really step parent. It's really about blended family. It's about blended values, and blending values is difficult. You know what I mean? Like it's challenging, fam. But what worth having in life is not challenging. The enemy has it, so more things are challenging than should be. He wants communication to be hard. He wants relationships to break down. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So yeah, but blended families are challenging, because they're already, it's just challenging. Appreciate your knowledge and wisdom, my brother. Amen. Do you want a child of your own? I have a child of my own. I have a daughter. I have a child of my own. So yeah, I'm not interested in having any more though. It's just a tough job. I come from a very broken place, fam. I got to keep it real with you. I enjoy children and all of that, but I don't think I'm built for any more. I'm not. I got too much in my life that I'm still fixing. Screw ups over the past 20 years as an adult Christian that I'm still fixing. I'm not built for any more, and my wife is cool with that. So that's where we are. So I don't think we'll be having any more children. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the capacity. The lifestyle I'm trying to live and what I'm trying to build, the late start I got in life, I don't think I'm in a position to add that level of stewardship required to pour into a child in the way that I want. Something changes in the next 5 years, who knows? But right now, I don't think we want any more children. Who from CHH community are you excited about? Nobody. I'm not really into music like that, believe it or not. To be 100 with you, I'm on. I know it might sound crazy. I'm on the radio, and now I have to listen to music again to play artists, and hopefully I'll craft a sound that people enjoy. But if it wasn't for being on the radio, I don't even know if I would listen to music at all. I like Kanye's album. I listen to that sometimes, but I don't really listen to music. My wife is the music person, and she'll tell you, we jump in the car. If she puts the aux cord in, we're going to hear music. If I put the aux cord in, we're going to hear audio, like speaking or a podcast or an audiobook. If she turns the radio on, we're going to go to Engine Radio or the station I'm on plays secular music. We don't play secular music like that among each other. If I turn the radio on, it's going to be talk radio. So I'm not even following music as much, to be honest. I have people helping me with the music part of it because I'm the talk part. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I really don't listen to music like that. Bizzle just sent me some fire the other day. I'm always excited about Bizzle's music. He sent me like 4 new songs. Ooh, and 2 collabs. Bizzle's always fire. Maybe I'm biased. You know what I mean? But yeah, just speaking honestly, and that's not some I don't really listen to me.